Hello and welcome to NSO at Home Live, a concert series created by the musicians of the National Symphony Orchestra. My name is Marissa Regni. I'm the principal second violin of the National Symphony. I'll be your host and witch tonight and every Sunday night. Well, it won't be your witch every Sunday night, but tonight as we bring live music into your homes and hopefully into your hearts. It's Halloween weekend. Trick or treat, everybody. We've got a great show planned for you tonight. We're joined by a quintet of NSOers. We've got Jamie Roberts, Paul Cigan, Ying Fu, Dan Foster, and Alex Jacobsen. They'll be joining us in just a couple of minutes. But first, we're going to kick things off with a woodwind trio from the NSO. This is principal flute Aaron Goldman, principal bassoon Sue Heineman, and principal oboe Nick Stovall. You're going to see a video right now that they performed during the NSO's In Your Neighborhood program. This is an incredible program that we do every year, but it's especially more meaningful this year during this pandemic. We have been going to area hospitals and performing for the doctors, the nurses, the staff, and also for the patients and their families. It's our way of sharing our music, giving them a little respite, hopefully some joy during this terrible pandemic, and also just celebrating their heroic work that they are doing right now. So Sue and Aaron and Nick are going to be performing that classic George Gershwin song, I've Got Rhythm. Let's head over and see what they did during In Your Neighborhood. Thank you, Aaron, Sue, and Nick. That was so terrific. I love that George Gershwin song. Always makes me happy. So thank you for that. And I know all of the people that got to hear you at the hospital appreciated it 10,000 times. So thank you for that. I want to remind all of you that you can follow us on all of our platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on YouTube. Now on Facebook, you can find us as NSO Musicians. On Instagram, we are NSO_musicians. And on YouTube, we are NSO Musicians. We're always posting new content, So please follow us, subscribe to us, and like us if you would. Also, you can donate to the National Symphony if you so desire. And to do so, you go to kennedy-center.org/support-NSO. Any contributions you make to the orchestra are 100% tax deductible and would mean the world to us. So, tonight's main feature, and in celebration of Halloween, we have a quintet of musicians from the National Symphony Orchestra. This is Assistant Principal Oboe Jamie Roberts, Clarinetist Paul Cigan, Associate Concertmaster Ying Fu, Principal Viola Dan Foster, and Bassist Alex Jacobsen. They're going to be playing Prokofiev's Quintet. Now, Sergei Prokofiev was a Russian composer and in the 20th century. This was originally programmed as a ballet, and it's about a young woman who follows the circus and sort of her interactions with the different members of that circus. So you're going to hear music that is supposed to be imitating a ballerina, a strong man, a dancing bear. There's tumblers and dancers and all kinds of characters. And the music is sometimes rather spooky. And so we thought it would be a good tribute to Halloween. We're going to head over now to the quintet. They're going to play the first three movements of the Prokofiev, and we're going to take a little break after that. And they're performing in the beautiful courtyard of classical movements, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So let's head over now to Jamie, Paul, Ying, Dan, and Alex for a little spooky Prokofiev. So great. I'm loving it so far. We're going to be back with them in just a couple of minutes to finish out the piece. But first, I want to remind you, we will be back again next week, next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And next week, we will be featuring the Last Stand Quartet. They are all members of the National Symphony. We've got violinists Joel Fuller and Alexandra Osborne, violist Mahoko Oguchi, and cellist Rachel Young. And we're also going to be joined by one of our Youth Fellowship alums. Andrew Ganser is going to be joining us on the double bass. So please join us next Sunday for the Last Stand Quartet and Andrew Ganser. That's next Sunday at 7. Now, if you're wondering where this beautiful setting is, where they're playing this music, it is at Classical Movements in Old Town Alexandria, which is in Virginia. And I want to welcome to the show right now such a dear friend of the National Symphony, and she's so gracious to be lending us her backyard practically. This is the founder and president of Classical Movements. Please welcome to the show, Nida Helms.
Hello.
Hey! Oh, so good to see you.
So good to be here.
So I want you to tell everybody what Classical Movements is, because they may not know, and of course I know. So please tell them a little bit about what you do.
What Classical Movements normally does is take the world's great symphony orchestras and choirs on tour all over the world. We work in about 145 countries. And of course, right now there's no travel practically. And the worst for all of us is that our clients are very, very disadvantaged because of COVID. It's, of course, hit artists in a terrible way, and they can't perform live to audiences and close to each other. So that's what we normally do. You can ask me what I am doing now, and I can happily tell you about that if you want to know.
Well, yeah, I would think people want to know because, you know, obviously you're usually traveling all over the world. And we should say, I mean, when we go on tour, when the orchestra goes on tour, Nida and her team are with us hand in hand the whole way. She has been all over with us, and she's a part of our family. She and her entire troupe are part of our family. And so you've got your office spaces in Old Town, which is, you know, just down the street from Washington, D.C. And so the concert that you're seeing is in the back, and you've got this lovely courtyard. And so tell everyone what you've been doing during this touring hiatus.
Yes, so we're doing something that we normally do lots of, as in present concerts. We present about 200 concerts a year, but mostly all over the world. And most people don't quite realize that. Certainly professional orchestras who mostly see us doing their travel don't realize that we are very artistic in our work. But basically we are now pivoting like everybody, and with the philosophy that I don't want to add to the gloom, and I refuse to do nothing. We, in fact, decided that we would use our now very empty offices, that since we're all working from home, we've kept most of our staff, almost everyone is with us, and we want to keep everybody together because that's the company that everybody knows, and we're here when travel comes back, and people are already talking to us about tours in 21 and 22. But in the meantime, we have this beautiful garden with very fine acoustics. It's like an Italian courtyard, and we decided to present live concerts there. And so we started with an experiment as soon as Virginia could have 50 people. And we now, it's immediately grew into a very successful concert series. People are hungry for live music, and our raison d'etre is not to present live concerts. Our clients do that. But in this moment in time, this very difficult time in the world, we happen to have a beautiful space. It's outdoors. We can be socially distanced. And so we've taken it upon ourselves, and we did 23 concerts, which was quite wonderful. And it was mostly chamber music, of course, very few ensembles. But we now just announced a fall series as well. So we're incorrigible. But it, people love it, the artists love it, and so that's what we're doing. Only one of many things we've started to do. We're doing so many new things.
Yeah.
With great joy.
Well, we appreciate you so much. We love being around you. You're such a like ray of positive joy all the time. And then just the fact that you've, I don't know, reached out to the community and to the musicians in this way means the world to us. So thank you, Nida. Thank you for the use of your beautiful garden and for all that you do for us all the time. And we're going to head back now for the end of this Prokofiev quartet to wrap up a Halloween weekend. So thank you, Nida. And we, hope to be traveling with you again very soon.
All of us. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was so fabulous. What a great way to celebrate Halloween with such great music performed so fabulously. I loved it. So thanks to Jamie, to Paul, Ying, Dan, and Alex for that great performance. And also, of course, to Nick, Sue, and Aaron for their performance earlier in the evening. Who doesn't love George Gershwin? Thanks to all of you for being with us. That is it for us tonight. Of course, if you'd like to donate to the National Symphony, you can do so by going to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. Please join us next Sunday at 7 p.m. We will be here with the Last Stand Quartet. That's members of the National Symphony Orchestra, violinist Joel Fuller and Alexandra Osborne, violist Mahoko Oguchi, and cellist Rachel Young. And of course, we will have a Youth Fellowship alum joining us. Andrew Ganser will be playing the double bass. So please join us next Sunday at 7. I hope you had a great evening and a great Halloween. We, of course, look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Thanks, of course, to Bob Reardon, Jamie Roberts, and Dave Murray for their work on the production end. Thanks to Thomas Baker for his beautiful artwork. And thank you to Sophie Edwards for setting up everything on my end of the camera. So we hope to see you next week. Trick or treat.